bunch of rapes, then police try to arrest the rape, then your fellow countrymen have protests in defense of the right to rape, then a member of the Knesset says it's, quote, legitimate to insert sticks into people's rectums.
Katie, we've debated this. I'm not going to do it again.
No, we do not
Katie,
agree.
please finish. We've done this before.
No, we do not agree to those
It is boring to regular viewers to keep doing the same thing. It is boring to regular viewers to keep doing the same thing.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Would you condemn Hamas for what they did?
Do you condemn what Hamas did that day?
What happened on October the 7th attack? Condemn what Hamas did on October the 7th. Final, I only ask you one more time.
If you're happy to publicly condemn 9/11, why are you not happy to condemn Israel's 9/11? In fact, was what Hamas did on October the 7th an example of what you would call a justified revolution? Do you believe what happened on October the 7th was a justified act of revolution? Do you think October the 7th was justified or not?
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this back and forth masturbation? I've already given you my fucking position.
It's actually a critical question.
Are you done yet?
It's a critical question.
Are you done yet?
No, it's the question.
Are you done yet?
It is boring to regular viewers to keep doing the same thing. Is wrong.
Shot in the back, running away from Israeli forces after he'd been throwing rocks.
What role would you take responsibility?
We've done a lot of the show on this issue. It's not going to go away. This will be raging now for weeks, months. I fear years.
Columbia University Apartheid Divest Group. The students that I've talked to from Jewish Voice for Peace.
All right, Emily, let me just ask you.
So Israel's an apartheid regime
in the
because
early,
you keep repeating that.
No, you can't just chime in. You can't just chime in. You ask me a question. B'Tselem is an Israeli human rights organization which declared Israel to be an apartheid regime in 2021, in the April of 2021. Amnesty International declared Israel to be an apartheid regime.
Let me, before I move, hang on. Before I just want to bring in our two British panelists here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hassan, I can't quite work out whether you said you do think October the 7th was an unjustified act of revolution.
But would you tell me that the Israeli soldiers that have killed today 140 Palestinian children and 105 Palestinian women are also terrorists?
I think that the Israeli people are entitled to defend themselves.
Say we are fighting human animals or not. Answer that question. Did Defense Minister Yoav Gallant say we are fighting human animals and we have to cut off their electricity, cut off their food, cut off their water?
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
you know what? I'm going to cut off. I'm going to cut off this debate.
7 to 9% of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the debate because we're getting absolutely nowhere. But I appreciate. Cut off. I'm going to cut off this debate.
7 to 9% of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the debate because we're getting absolutely.
The Australian cricket team have been arrested under terrorist offences. In the West Bank, people who are have been told, if you reveal what happened in the prisons, you will be arrested on terrorist charges.
Do you think what happened on October the 7th was a terror attack?
I will be frank, I'll be as concise as I can be, but if you give me the courtesy of letting me answer fully.
Okay.
I will defend the right of the Palestinians to resist an occupation. When you look at that...
That's not resistance, that's terrorism.
One student claims she was stabbed in the eye during protests at Yale.
A Jewish Yale student who says she was stabbed in the eye.
People from getting to class, if you're stabbing your fellow students in the eye with flags, you should go to prison.
As they taunted me and waved their middle finger in my face and waved their keffiyehs in my face, one of them took his Palestinian flag, waved it in my face, and then jabbed me in the left eye.
We've got a little clip, I think. It's not actually of you getting hit with by the flag. It's just of the general melee. Let's take a look at this. This is the blockade that... And you ended up going to hospital for treatment for this?
I did.
And you ended up going to hospital for treatment for this?
I did. Sure, so we've seen the watermelon all over campus. It's supposed to be a symbol basically against the Jewish people and in favor, like all the other symbols that these students are using.
What's your question?
Rupert Murdoch, News Corp International, which employed you for several years.
Yes.
Which actually
it employs me now.
It employs you now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting to the issue.
Yes. What do you think the issue is? I saw what you tweeted. What does it have to do with me?
Not my tweets. I have a question for you. News Corp International had a charitable arm which funded the Jerusalem Foundation, which builds illegal settlements.
What's this got to do with me?
Illegal settlements in
What's it got
Jerusalem.
to do with me?
Do you condemn Rupert Murdoch?
What's it got to do with me?
Do you condemn Rupert Murdoch?
I'm not talking about Rupert Murdoch.
Do you condemn Rupert Murdoch?
I'm not talking about Rupert Murdoch.
This has never been shown on British media. This is a letter from Netanyahu's political office. And Bridget may well recognise the handwriting of Benjamin Netanyahu here. It is a list of individuals that Netanyahu considered to be funders of his political campaign. There is a name on this list. The name is Rupert Murdoch. Your employer.
You know what, Loki?
It seems he funded Benjamin Netanyahu. That's an issue.
You know what, Loki? It's not an issue for me.
It's an issue, and actually it's in the interest of objectivity that you state it.
Rupert Murdoch can speak for himself. You've got a problem with him, take it up with him.
I do.
I can tell you categorically, he has never had a single conversation with me about anything I've put on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Sam kindly resigned from the Times newspaper because of Murdoch's investments and bias towards
you have a
Israel.
Problem,
this document, this letter,
you're a rapper,
clearly
right?
shows Benjamin Netanyahu noting Rupert Murdoch, considering him to be a funder of his political campaign.
You're a rapper, yeah?
That's an issue.
You're a rapper. Do you condemn P. Diddy?
Yes.